Stephen Covey, in his book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, wrote about this in one of his habits. And it was called, Seek First to Understand, Then to Be Understood. And in this chapter, and we're going to kind of go through this a little bit, except the coffee machine stopped working on me. He talks about 2 different ways that people tend to listen. The first one of these is what he called autobiographical listening. Autobiography is a what? When somebody's written an autobiography, what have they done? They've written about themselves, right? They've written a story about themselves. He said, most people tend to listen, because they've never been trained otherwise, most people tend to listen this way. And I just used 3 examples. One is, ignoring with Kathy, where I'm focused on my own stuff. Think of autobiographical, my own stuff, my focus, my thing. In Kathy's case, I was focused on what's going on in my world while you're talking. Now, she wanted to slug me at some level, right? You wanted to just... I think that's why I despise phones so much in my classes, is because when somebody pulls out a phone, they cease being with me. I use phones all the time. I'm not against phones. But it's this, oh, you stopped caring about me just now when you want to spend time with whoever's more important than me on your phone. I think that's how people naturally are. They like to have somebody with them when they're with them, not with somebody else when they're with them. The second, then the other, let's see, with yours, what happened with, how was that autobiographical with Ashley and me? What, you guys tell me, what? Based on what? My own experiences, right? Here's what I think you should do. People love to change, but people hate being told to change. I know best. I know better what you should be doing and thinking and feeling. And all of us have had people in our lives who are like that. And I'm not making them wrong. I just want us to notice, what is the effect when somebody, when you have something, especially when there's some emotion involved, where you're made wrong or told to do something differently. What's the effect emotionally? What's the effect psychologically?
You get defensive or you shut it down.
Very, right?
You're either going to fight back or you're just going to kind of, like the fight or flight, you're going to, kind of fight it out, or you're just going to kind of like step back and non-fighter. Yeah.
There's a bit of a protective mode that kicks in right there, right? Yeah. Now, I'm trying to think, arguments kind of feel like that in general, don't they? You tell me, I mean, that was the thought that came to, as you were talking, as you mentioned that, I thought, it's kind of how an argument is. You're wrong, I'm right. Let me explain why you're wrong and why I'm right. Have you ever seen an argument end with both people in the heat of the argument, end with both people coming out better off emotionally. I mean, I'm might happen. I just never seen it. When somebody's in an argument, there's no desire to understand how the other person felt. That I can see. Am I wrong? Am I accurate in that? I mean, think of your own arguments that you've been in. I know we've all been in arguments before.